In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to use filters in Zapier to run automations only when conditions are met. Are your Zaps running when they shouldn't? Maybe every form submission triggers an email even when the message is empty, or every order sends a notification, including tiny test purchases. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to use filters in Zapier so your automations only run when specific conditions are met. This is one of the most powerful features in Zapier, and it's beginner-friendly. Let's get started. Zapier is an automation tool that connects different apps together. It allows one app to trigger actions in another app automatically. These automations are called zaps, and every zap has one trigger and one or more actions. A trigger is the event that starts your automation. Think of events like a new form submission, a new email, a new order, or a new spreadsheet row. When that event happens, your zap begins running. An action is what happens after the trigger. For example, sending an email, posting a Slack message, creating a Google Docs file, or adding a row to a spreadsheet. Normally, once the trigger happens, the action runs immediately. But what if you only want it to run sometimes? That's where filters come in. A filter is a condition step. It tells Zapier to continue only if a condition is true. If the condition isn't met, the zap stops right there and no action runs. It's like putting a smart gate in your automation. To use a filter, start with a basic zap that already works. A trigger and at least one action. For example, trigger, new form submission. Action, send Gmail email. Now we'll add a filter between them. In the Zap editor, click the plus button between your trigger and your action and choose Filter by Zapier. This is where you set your condition. You'll pick a field from your trigger, a condition, and a value. For example, choose the message field and set the condition to exists. That means the zap will only continue if the message field isn't empty. Another example, choose order amount, set the condition to greater than, and enter 100. Now the zap only continues if the order is above 100. You can also filter by text containing specific words, an email equaling a certain address, a number being greater or less than a value, or a status equaling approved. Next, click Test Step. Zapier checks your sample data. If the condition is true, the zap continues. If it's false, Zapier shows that the zap would stop. Adjust your condition if needed until the test behaves as expected. When your filter works, click Publish and turn your zap on. From now on, the automation runs only when your condition is met. In practice, this means you can send Slack alerts only for higher value orders, create tasks only when a form includes a phone number, reply only to emails from specific clients, add spreadsheet rows only when status equals approved, and ignore test entries automatically. This keeps your workflow clean and your notifications meaningful. Without filters, your zap runs every single time. With filters, your zap runs only when it should. That saves time, prevents mistakes, and keeps your automation smart. Today you learned what Zapier is, what a trigger and an action are, what a filter is, how to add a filter step, how to set conditions, how to test your filter, and how to turn your zap on. Start adding filters to your zaps and make them smarter instantly.